I'm going to show you how to create a BakeSwap circle. It's really quick and easy to do, so just get onto BakeSwap.com and log into My BakeSwap. Choose My Circles. You then click this orange button, Create Circle, and then it's as simple as putting in the details that you would like for your particular circle. So start by giving your BakeSwap circle a name, and I'm going to call mine Morning Tea Mums. Now this circle, you can see the choices available. There's a heap of options for circle purpose, so choose whichever one of those is the right one for your circle. Ours is going to be school lunchbox. One thing to remember when you name your circle is that name is actually visible to other site visitors. Then nominate where you're going to swap. So we're going to say we're going to swap at the Bakers Hill Primary School car park. And that's because in that car park, we regularly meet to drop off our children. So we're already meeting there, which makes it easy and convenient for everybody. Our circle is going to swap on a regular basis, but you could select once only if you just wanted to use a BakeSwap circle to organise one event. Then what we do is we choose the frequency. Now we're going to bake on a Tuesday and we're going to swap every week, but you can put any sort of interval in here. And you can choose weeks, months or years here. So if I change this now, you'll see what happens. So if I change that to month, you see our group will swap on a Tuesday every 1 month, or I could change it to Thursdays. My group will swap on a Thursday every 1 month, but I want to make this weeks. I'll leave it on a Thursday just for now. Then you nominate a start date. What is the first date your circle will swap? Now, when you first create a circle, you need to allow 2 weeks from creating your circle until the very first time you can swap. This is so that the people you invite to join your circle have the opportunity to respond to your invitation, and also so that you have time for a full week of alerts to issue before that first swap. But this is the only time when you have that 2-week delay. So the very first time we can swap on a Thursday is Thursday the 19th of November, so I'll put that in here. Now you only need to put in an end date if your swap is going to have an end date. So if you're going to keep swapping indefinitely, don't fill in that field. This is the field to fill in if it was a one-off event, for instance. If we'd chosen once only up here, we would put the same date as here because the one and only swap would take place on the 19th of November. Then you choose what day everybody is going to swap. So there's a little information symbol you'll see above most of these fields that give you exactly that, some extra detail around what you're being asked for and some tips on how to populate. So the choices here are everyone swaps every round on the same day, which is what this school lunchbox circle will do. So we'll all bake and we'll all turn up and we'll all swap. Alternatively, if we were doing morning tea at work, we could take turns to bring it one each day in any given week. So I could choose Monday, my friend Jane could choose Tuesday, Robert could choose Wednesday. You get the idea. So in this instance, everyone swaps on the same day. Then you need to set your quorums. Now, quorum is the minimum number of people required. So in this instance, we are saying that if 3 people say yes, they will bake in any given round, then we'll go ahead. But if it drops below 3 people, then we won't swap. We'll cancel the swap because we don't think it's worth our while. So we suggest a default of 3 in this instance. The change quorum is similar. So anyone can make changes to a circle once it's activated. So the responsibility doesn't always fall to the person who created the circle in the first place. So you need to set a change quorum. Now we recommend 80% because that means that about 80% of members would be required to agree to any changes that someone wanted to make to your circle, but you can change that to be whatever you like. And then you choose a time. So I'm going to say the time's going to be 8:50 a.m. because that is just after school drop-off. And then you put in your time zone. We're in Perth, so that's our time zone. Here you can actually do this really lovely thing, which is you can put your circle into hiatus if you don't want to swap for certain periods of time. And a great example of this is if you've got a school group swapping, then during the Christmas holidays, for instance, when you have sort of 9, 10, 11 weeks off, you don't want to be getting weekly alerts. So you can very, very easily pop your circle into hiatus by just nominating the date of the last swap before you go into hiatus and then the date of the first swap when you come back from holidays. But we don't want to do that at this point, so we're just going to choose no. And then all that's left to do is invite friends. And very simply, all you do is put in their first and last names and their email addresses. you can use this lovely functionality called Discover, which allows you to discover people by postcode or food allergy, their school, or their username if you know it. And in that way, you can actually find people that live nearby and invite them to join your circle. Or you can invite people by entering their email addresses. So we'll just put 2 in so that we can do it. So here's my friend Marg Etting, and she's in the marketing department at BakeSwap. And we're going to add 1 more friend, my friend Ads Vert, who is in the advertising department at BakeSwap. So let's just check we're happy with everything we've got there. We need to acknowledge and accept that by becoming a member of and using a circle, we're bound by the conditions of use. Very straightforward, nothing surprising there. And then you click the submit button. And what happens next is these people on my email address, on the emailer list rather, will receive an email invitation to join the circle, and you'll get this little congratulations message so that you can see you have successfully created a circle. And here are all the details. Here's the name, Morning Tea Mums. There's 1 member, that's me. I've just created the circle. Here's where we're going to swap. What's our very first BakeSwap date, and that changes each round. Obviously, whatever the next BakeSwap time and date is turns up in that box. And then here are all the details that we entered originally when creating our circle. And you can customize every single element of your bake and your swap. The only 2 things that you can't edit moving forward are the circle purpose and the circle name, but everything else can be changed over time, and it's very, very easy to do that. If you wanted to leave a circle, you just choose quit circle. And that's how easy it is to create a BakeSwap circle. If we go back to my circles, you'll see here it is in my list of circles. The name of it, who created it, how many members, the frequency on which it swaps, when the next BakeSwap date is. And it says it's pending because until we have 3 members, because that was our bake quorum, we said unless we had 3 members, we weren't going to go ahead. Until we get 3 members, the circle won't activate. So until that point in time, it's pending. And as the circle creator, while it's still pending, I can actually go in and make changes to that circle. So I click on the name of the circle. I could change any of these details now, but I could also most likely change here is invite more friends just by clicking that, and then you would click the submit function. So it really is very quick and easy to create a BakeSwap circle.